Hello, good evening, everybody. For those in the Zoom with us right now, thank you so much for attending the Senior Send-Off 2022, a collaboration between KSA and DSA. For those in the Zoom, please mute yourselves for a while. We will be starting the program at 5:35, and please keep yourselves muted for the duration of the program at the moment, since we will be having speakers in a bit as well. So thank you so much and enjoy the evening.
Team to set up everything you need for the event. Thank you very much for your patience.
I will be the audit expert of the meeting. Okay. Live or not. Not sure. That shall be.
And to our attendees on Zoom, please stay unmuted unless you are called upon. Thank you very much.
No, I mean,
Everything prepared with the what I can do for you guys. I can edit it.
Freak out, sing like, party like, freaking out to the beat. You freak out, sing like. Where's the fun in doing what you're told? But I don't mind even though I lose control. Oh, I just wanna have a good time. So call me whenever, 'cause a night like this it never gets old. Oh no, we don't wanna do slow-mo, so tonight we just let go. To the beat and treat every freak out, singing like, party like, freaking out. To the beat, yeah, we freak out, singing like.
A pleasant evening to all. Welcome to Ave Ate Vale, a dinner event for the sociology graduates of 2020, 2021, and the graduating class of 2022. I am one of your hosts this evening. My name is Aja from 280 Sociology.
And I am Francis, also from 280 Psychology, and we hope everyone is seated and settled comfortably because this event is for you. As we congratulate the effort and celebrate the victories of each and every one of you, as well as the new chapter of your lives that is about to unfold.
That's right, Francis. But before we start getting too sentimental too early this evening, let us formally begin tonight's event-filled celebration with a message from our very own Dr. Joel Canuday. I'm sure all sociology students can say that they've come to know the DSA professors since we're a tight-knit family. Am I right? Of course, one of them that everyone knows is Dr. Joel Canuday, the current chair of the Department of Sociology and Anthropology.
I don't have a script with me. I didn't prepare a speech, and I'm actually overwhelmed by the sight that we're finally back after 2.5 of struggle, facing the screen on the computer and well, making our ways in on the world that has been entrusted into us. But we didn't only survive, we plowed through and we actually expanded our thinking, our imagination, I do believe that. And even at the department, we are able to think a lot of ways on how to imagine, how to think about the world, how to analyze what we can do, and how to touch the fellow person, fellow human who are among us. And I know that from the teachers and the students, you never wavered in the sociological and anthropological engagement and commitment. Even just the screen that divides us from the world, we were able to touch people, connect, engage, link with them, and did something for, I guess, the betterment of the future. And we will be celebrating that engagement that we did, the accomplishments, not for celebrating the accomplishment per se, but for reminding us that we are linked, we are connected, and no matter what the barrier is, we are able to overcome because we need to link, we need to connect, we have to know and see the face of our fellow humans who are with us. And that is our training and that is the journey that we're going through. So thank you very much for coming. Thank you very much for being here. Let's enjoy the night. I know that it's a little bit formal, but we can, as I think I told the KSA officers, we can put our hair down tonight. But no drinking, we're not allowed to. We didn't prepare any alcohol, but there will be some toasting. But probably finally, I would really thank and give tribute to the organizing group that had done all of this. This is not the department's doing, the Department of Sociology and Policy, the faculty is doing. This is the doing of the students, the members of the Kalipunan really a pleasure to have you. And I but the officers of the KSA, they did it for us. They had spent sleepless nights and have been very much committed and put in the love to get us all together and to have this fellowship. Thank you and Ave Akrebala. Hello. I reserved a goodbye in the Akrebala. So enjoy the night. Sit back, relax, and let's watch the game. See you.
And thank you for that wonderful and meaningful speech. Truly, this excites us and fills us with the gratitude as we celebrate the night's event.
You are so correct, Aja. Especially since we are continually guided and supported by Dr. Nutay and the entirety of the DSA.
Following shortly after Dr. Kanuday, we would now like to invite on stage Dr. Ricardo Abad, the former chair of the department, to share his words to the classes of 2020, 2021, and 2022 as they move forward toward their own aspirations.
With that, Dr. Abad received his doctorate in sociology at Fordham University in New York. Through his experience in the Philippine Sociological Society, he is now known as an expert in survey research, statistics, quantitative methods, and performance studies. Let us all welcome Dr. Abad.
Good evening, everyone, graduates, parents, faculty members, colleagues, and friends. Thank you for coming for this special occasion. Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Yeah. Can you hear me, host?
You are audible.
Should I speak louder, host? I cannot hear your reply, host. Will somebody respond if I can be heard? Who is the Zoom coordinator? Can I be heard? I don't know whether to continue or not.
You are audible.
We can hear you, Eureki.
Very good,
Please
Emma,
go
thank
on.
you. I don't hear from the students. Okay, thank you very much. So, welcome to this send-off event. Why do I hear music? But I come to you with a hoarse voice. And because of it, I was about to cancel my talk. But Joel Kanuday asked me to take a chance. And old stage trooper that I am, I decided to go along with it after gargling with warm water and taking lozenges and resting and steam inhalation and all sorts of things. All right, but I'm glad you hear me. Graduates, most of you are on the verge or on the crossroads of making important choices or an important choice that would shape your future. Many of you are Gen Zs, and like many Gen Zs, many of you are supposedly pragmatic and financially independent than the millennials. And therefore, your choices might reflect those characteristics. Nevertheless, it must take a lot of pressure for you to make those choices. All right? What if it is wrong? What if it fails? What if option C or B was better? All right? It's like a choice when you select marriage spouses. Should I satisfy my family or myself or my colleagues and things like that? Today, I want to ease the pressure of you by seeing your choices, not as paralyzing options, but as a part of a great adventure in life. All right? It's a romantic view, but my experience supports it. It will be an adventure story that you write as you go, and one whose ending you will never know. You know, many professors of these departments, at least those I have known for many years, will tell you that the road to being a sociologist or anthropologist at the Ateneo de Manila at this time has never been a predictable path. One of our faculty members was a Benedictine monk for years. Another of our faculty members was a student activist for years. All right? And many other examples I can give. There are many twists and turns of events that lead us to our choices. And once choices are made, new options arise, and they affect what we chose before, and they build up, until we find ourselves where we are now. And take me, who in the late 1980s decided to pursue a second career as a theater artist with no load reduction. I did theater over and above my regular load and no extra pay. Why? Because in the theater at that time, I found that I could teach a way for students to become critical citizens using theater workshops and rehearsals to transform minds and understand plays that dealt with social oppression and with this new awareness. Work in a safe space to stage productions that defy the status quo. No course taught students that. And I thought that in Tangalang Ateneo, for almost 3 hours every night, I could do that with the students the whole year round, and for some of them, for 4 years. It's a special group of people, okay? And that's why I did it. Not because I dislike sociology, but that I cared more for what the students are learning and the mode at which they are learning. Now they call that immersion or active learning or whatnot. But at the time, this is what I did. Not for the school, maybe for the department, but for me, basically. Right? But for me, to be able to fulfill myself as a social scientist who keeps talking about change, but does not do anything in one's personal life. Okay? So that is my answer to them. Anyway, no one in the department or in the school, even the Jesuit life is not predictable. Can predict what will happen to us in 10, 20, or 30 years. Look at your lives and compare yourself to where you were when you were a graduate from elementary school or a high school graduate. Aren't you much more different now? Did you ever predict when you were in high school or grade school that you will be here taking social science, graduating at the Ateneo? Did some of you ever think you would get Latin honors? You never even know what Latin honors were. Okay. And that's the same thing that I think will happen to you. So now, me, and maybe you, when I see our lives now and the choices we've made, I didn't see one choice. I didn't see the one choice that you made upon graduation. I see a constellation of choices that we made. Some we did for family, some we did for colleagues, some we did for friends, some we did for nation, some we did for community. But many of it for ourselves, because we thought they would make us better persons at the time we made it. And that process still continues even before you die. And every time I'm sick and I have this hoarse voice, I keep thinking, how can I be a better person despite this horrible voice? Okay? So that's what is next. So guys, make a choice or do not make a choice. It doesn't matter in the longest span of time. Our archaeologists like Alfred and Joel and another one, Bizarre, I forget, will tell you that 30 years, 40 years is nothing in the scale of time. Nothing, all right? So don't make a big fuss about your choice before September 2022, all right? You see, making choices, some of them risky ones, fighting obstacles to make that choice, fighting challenges, staying true to your choice because you know it's the best one. You ignore groupthink and you ignore naysayers. All of this is really basically a call to a creative life, all right? It is your way of continuing to assert your voice, even though it's hoarse, and your identity in a VUCA world, all right? And becoming always tuned with the times. There is no formula in becoming a sociologist or anthropologist the way your faculty members are. They just made choices, which school to go to, which specialty to take, which conference to attend, which thesis to write, all right, which postdoc to take, if there is one. And even our MA people who are being offered many opportunities for PhD are struggling. If I take that, what will happen? What will make me a better mother, a better student, a better woman? A PhD in La Trobe or in the Netherlands or in one of the many scholarships that Emma announces almost every week. All right? What is that? So choices, you have to make choices. And I'm saying, don't be pressed. Find what is good for you. And if you think being a PhD will make you better, then go for it. Don't wait for so long. So, down with paralyzing choices. Follow your heart. Play it by ear. And remember the closing lines from a song in Aladdin. A whole new world. A whole new world. A whole new world. A whole new world. That's where we'll be. That's where we'll be. That's the thrilling chase. A thrilling chase. A wondrous glance for me and for you. Thank you very much, graduates. A toast to you all. Lead a creative life from today. Thank you very much.
Dr. Lee has a PhD in curriculum and instruction and earned her PhD in sociology in the University of Houston. Now as a professor of sociological theories, practical, research in social systems, and other classes in the Ateneo, she works to inspire and teach the next generation of sociologists. Next, Dr. Liv earned her PhD in sociology from the University of Hawaii and specializes in crime and delinquency, social development, and class issues. She teaches several undergraduate and graduate courses in the Ateneo and has become renowned in her field. Unfortunately, Dr. Lee will not be presenting the awards in person as she is currently abroad. So they have prepared their presentation in advance for us. Once again, let us welcome Dr. Lee and Dr. Lim.
Yes.
Award. Let me read here the names of the graduating class who received the award. Anthony Gabriel L. Alcantara, Carl Eli R. Alconis, Juan Denise M. Agsibal, Romulo Victor E. Berjay, Noel Ann S. Kubakub, Kyla Maris A. David, Pamela Christine L. Elizar, Danielle I. Encarnacion, Angela Marie T. Encomienda, Karen Claire C. Garcia, Leandro Emmanuel P. Lira, Jel Christian P. Liames, Paulo Miguel R. Maligalig, Dominic Charles Matthew T. Pamatpat, Stephen Adrian T. Pataksil, Nina Ann Kyla D. Resurrection, John Matthew P. Reyes, Adriana Kyla M. Sevilla, and Maria Katrina Isabel P. Yuzon. So, congratulations again to the 2022 graduating class. If Dr. Lisa Lim is present in the ceremony, she will give you the warmest fist bump to each one of you for a job well done. And thank you, and wishing you all the most enjoyable send-off. Congratulations to all the graduates.
To those of you who were called and are here, please go up here to the stage for your photo op. Thank you.
Yung na-isip Ma'am Jessica. Ma'am, gusto mo parang yes. Very. Ano? Well, we can include Ma'am Liv.
Congratulations.
Stop screen sharing. Because of the other thing. There you go. Stop push screen sharing. Stop sharing. Then,
Do you want to take off the mask? Just for the pictures.
Okay, last one.
And very tight.
yes, let's dim them both. Hybrid setup. But it's totally you.
Very quickly.
Just hold your breath.
Once again, congratulations to the class of 2022. Now we would like to recognize the awards presented to the graduating and graduating batch confirmed by organizations outside the academy. We would like to call on our very own Dr. Nino Leviste, who will be presenting to the graduating classes the various awards, and Dr. Joel Canuday, who will be awarding the certificates to the graduated students.
Good evening, everyone. I am tasked to present, along with Dr. Ganuday, the special awards that have been historically integral to the Department of Sociology and Anthropology's recognition rights, so to speak. So let me begin by calling on our external award recipients. Okay. Miss Noeli Ann S. Baco. Miss Angela Marie T. Encomienda. We invite Ms. Kubaku and if Ms. Encomienda is here as well in front, be recognized by the department, its students, faculty, and staff.
We prepared for another award. This is really more of recognition that you have. Yeah, but congratulations.
Congratulations. Congratulations to Anne as well. Unfortunately, will not be able to join us today. All right. Okay. Thank you. Congratulations once again to those who were awarded just now. Before we continue, however, Dr. Lim has a message for us. So, Dr. Lim, please take the stage. Thank you.
Good evening, everyone. Well, first and foremost, I would like to congratulate all of our graduating students for hurdling this very difficult semester. In a way, this cohort is very special because they've been through a lot. I understand, and I'm also very thankful because taking off my hat as a faculty of the department and putting on my hat as the director of the Institute of Social Order, with whom this cohort actually worked with in their project. I am really very happy with the outputs that they were able to produce, and the Ascend Award is actually well deserved for these people. The students actually are very patient. They've been very creative in terms of coming up with new ways of doing research without having to go to face-to-face interactions with the community. But I'm very happy that they were able to hurdle that difficulty. In a way, it also makes me feel better because as future sociologists and anthropologists, we can see that they're very creative, and I'm sure that we will need them in the midst of this fake news, in the midst of all of these problems and concerns of society. We need your ability to exercise sociological imagination and also your creativity in terms of coming up with methodologies to be able to generate information. We need all of this if we are to pursue efforts to make the lives of our people better. and we hope that in the future we will still see you as fellow sociologists and anthropologists that would hold hands with us as we pursue engagement in social development. Again, congratulations, and I wish you good luck in your future endeavors. Thank you.
Was accounted up. Now we want to recognize all the hard work. Dr. Fernando Jausita to give us a few words to them.
Good evening to all. Avi at Carvalho, to our graduates. I'm very happy to have worked with this cohort. In all honesty, I must say this is one of the most distinguished cohorts I've worked with. Very bright, very enthusiastic, very hardworking. I'm glad many of them actually attended my classes in cultural heritage and even in Southeast Asia. I would just like to inform you that the experts that you worked with in cultural heritage, like Dita Sandico Ong on indigenous weaves, Paula Palanca on gold filigree, Oscar Mejia on fragrant plants, we're all very, very happy to have worked with you. They were full of enthusiasm. They keep telling me about it. I would also like to congratulate Carl Eli Alconis for doing his thesis on a city to which I dedicated so much of my time in the past, Vigan. The 1990s, I spent a good part of my free time trying to help Vigan expand the conservation corridor from just one street to all of the Heritage District. Thank you very much. It was a pleasure working with you. Congratulations and Godspeed.
Speech. And I extend our congratulations to the students who have demonstrated rigor, tenacity, and passion in their work and writing, as they are recognized by organizations within and outside the Ateneo. Their contributions to the body of research surrounding various topics have molded skills that we hope continue to persist as we face new and ever-present challenges. Truly, your work pushes us to strive for greater excellence in our own academics.
We would now like to begin and recognize outstanding students of their respective graduated classes. We would like to call on Dr. Glenda Wee to recognize the graduates from the batches 2020 and 2021 and graduating batch of 2022.
AB Social Sciences Class of 2020 Program Award for R. Camila Sophia Isabel G. Marcus O. C. Rock Cameron Kai B. Ugarta Jose Lorenzo Maria G. Mamuwad Maria Micaela S. Arinas Leo Jose Maria T. Robert Kimberly and M. Marie Genevieve M.
We would like to call on the people who are just called to on the stage for a photo op.
Oh, that's so cute.
Congratulations once again to Batch 2020. I would like to invite Frances Catherine Marie Catipon, the valedictorian of the AP Social Sciences class of 2020, and the recipient of the Frank L. Lynch S.J. Social Sciences Award of the class, for Catherine to give us her valedictory address.
And good evening, everyone. Dr. Joel Taguday, Chair of the Department, to my beloved professors, lecturers, and instructors, to my fellow graduates of Batch 2020, and to the graduates of 2021 and 2022. Good evening. So there's something about studying in Ateneo that makes you feel much larger than you really are. I remember towards the end of my senior year, right before lockdown, in the middle of writing our thesis proposal, I was talking to two of my best friends about dreams in a group chat, and we changed our nicknames into these in all caps. We were quite ambitious too. So one was attorney, the other was ambassador, and another anthropologist. Now, when the pandemic hit, these dreams seemed very far from being achieved. And that every step to get there was so big, insurmountable, and perhaps even impossible. One didn't know if they were in the proper headspace to go back to grad school. One got a government job that was emotionally draining. And being in law school is just a lot of pressure. It's scary, really, when you see things for what they are instead of how, quote unquote, it should be. Because being in the middle of everything, you just don't know what's on the other side. Sociology and anthropology encourages us to look at the whole picture. to see the role that different institutions and structures play in our lives, to see life as it is. This became especially potent during the pandemic. We saw how everything shut down, how it affected so many others, and how it reified a lot of harmful social behaviors that we have had for the longest time. It was during this time that I was hyper aware of my privilege and positionality, allowing me to consider more than ever the perspectives I can only assume to know, and maybe especially what I do not know. It was and still is easy to get lost in it all, to be overwhelmed by how big everything is, especially if you are an anxious person like me who gets analysis paralysis and does not know what to do with that information, but wants to do something. This just may be my own experience, but I suspect that this can happen to any young person whose views on the world are still forming, who takes a course of study that presents you with different ways of looking at society, ways that can clash with one another. But I must admit that while I was learning all these things about these big things, I often took for granted the people around me who make it possible, who supported me, and perhaps I also forgot that I was also involved in the picture. A few months ago, I did field work in Quiapo under the project of Doc Panuday and Doc Ziaxita. And whenever I felt stressed about where my field notes were going, I took comfort in the fact that the people I spoke to in the field valued me just as much as I valued them. And I feel that this small thing, these conversations I may not remember months from now about favorite ice cream flavors or the volleyball team winning in PVL, are foundations for something greater. When I think about the things that are most important to me, I think about the simplest and smallest of things, the relationships like the ones I've had in the 4 years of being part of DSA, and even more because I worked here after. And I thank everyone in this room and is on YouTube and is not watching YouTube either for all of those relationships. And it's not hard to imagine that this, to some extent, is what many other people value too. Is that not the essence of sociology and anthropology? To understand what we as a people value? Yes, my personal advocacies of gender and the environment are still important, but I have learned that these greater causes are built on these small things, small steps that have allowed for things to change. Because ultimately, it's the small things that build up. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Catherine, and congratulations once again to Batch 2020. And now, the graduates of AV Social Sciences Batch 2021. Arcilia Alexandre J.S. Carlos Miguel Luis P. Juan Carlos Inigo C. Dada Angelica M. Joshua B. Alexandra Denise D. Recognized as the AB Social Sciences Class of 2020 Program Awardee. Ada Micaela Norlin G. Marie G. Raymond Elpidio A. Brandon Zachary C. Reyes Kenneth A. Samonte Julian Marie B. 2021. Congratulations once again to batch 2021. I would like to invite Alessandra Denise
Before we continue, I would like to call the batch 2021 for a picture taking if any of you are here.
HSJ Social Sciences Award and the recipient of the Frank episode. I would like to invite Frances Catherine Marie Catipon, the valedictorian of the AP Social Sciences class of 2020, and the recipient of the Frank L. Lynch SJ Social Sciences Award of the class. For Catherine of her class, HSJ Social Sciences Asa, the valedictorian of the AP Social Sciences class of 2021, and the recipient of the Frank L. Lynch SJ Social Sciences Award of her class. For Alexandra to give us her valedictorian address.
2021, and to those who are listening. If there's one thing of advice I would share, it is to exercise your sociological imagination. This is one of the fundamental concepts we learned during our SA 101 course, and I want to thank Dr. Rossellis for teaching this powerful concept to me. Now let me tell you why it's important, and I promise I won't make it sound like a lecture. First of all, sociological imagination is relevant to us. It allows us to see the complexity of our personal activities. And a tiny example I can think for the class of 2021 is, why are many people in our generation unemployed? Because many are unsure what they want to do, or is it because they lack the 2+ working years of experience? What I want to underscore is that sociological imagination gives us the urgent understanding of both the individual and society. It's important to know the social, cultural, political, and even historical forces that shape our lives. And I have to admit, it can paint a bleak reality of how difficult it is to navigate a system that is not equal or is full of conflicts. However, armed with sociological imagination, we get to shed light on universal and particular realities of what it means to be human living in a particular place and time. Secondly, enjoy the state of being socially imaginative. It is healthy for you. It helps us to stay curious, to be open-minded, and engaged with the diverse perspectives of human life. It can unravel new narratives of what is and what could be. We face tremendous pressure to conform the status quo of gender roles. And the courage it takes to resist these pressures and look at one's own path. Being socially imaginative is a healthy mindset for us because it avoids the trap of seeing human issues as black and white. So I encourage you all that moving forward, we grow our knowledge and engagement with ourselves and with the world. Lastly, to use your sociological imagination is to be more human. Being human is to experience the course of life, the ups and downs, the beauty, pain, the good and bad. And sociological imagination has taught me that despite our differences, we share a lot in common. We feel sadness, we feel happiness, we feel anxiety, we feel anger, we feel powerful. And often these human experiences have different rationalization or expressions in today's society. Although there are instances where we are unsatisfied with the current state of events, and so we search, cultivate, and innovate change. Hence, I see social sciences as a growing body of change. It fosters hope because it does not settle with the status quo. Social sciences for me explore other possibilities and to fight for a better tomorrow. Now, we live in a time where it feels quite dark. Prices are rising, there's all kinds of discrimination happening worldwide, armed conflicts, and increasing political instability in many parts of the world. Not to mention, many are still suffering from the coronavirus pandemic. And on top of that, the climate crisis, which is affecting us at this very moment. But I encourage you all to exercise our sociological imagination, to inquire ourselves in the world we live in, and to take action in our own little ways, for it is relevant, healthy, and human as it can get. Before I finish my speech, I would like to thank our professors for helping us find the extra in the ordinary. To the current graduates, congratulations to us again, and I wish you all the very best in your next steps of life. To my close friends and family, you know who you are. Thank you for being a constant baseline of support and love. May we all continue to grow and, of course, exercise our sociological imagination wherever we are. Thank you.
Thank you, Alessandra. And again, another round of applause and congratulations to the graduates of AB Social Sciences Batch 2021. And last but not least, the AB Sociology graduating class of 2022. Here they are. Alcantara Anthony Gabriel L. Charles Eli R. For achieving the academic distinction of magna cum laude. Carla F. Asbibal Joanne Denise Aliyah M. For achieving the academic distinction of cum laude. Romulo Victor E. Noeli and S. To recognize for achieving the academic distinction of magna cum laude. Sean Danielle Yanta M. David Kyla Maris A. For achieving the academic distinction of magna cum laude. Star Pamela Christine L. John Daniel I. Amanda Angela Marie P. Well, Paulo Miguel A. Garcia Karen Claire C. Recognized for being the first summa cum laude for the department 2022 program award. Leandro Emmanuel T. Christian P. Paulo Miguel R. Dominic Charles Matthew E. Stephen Adrian P. John Nina and Kyla P. For achieving the academic distinction of magna cum laude. Jan Matthew P. For achieving the academic distinction of cum laude. Adriana Kyla M. For achieving academic distinction of cum laude. John Maria Katrina Isabel E. Batch 2022.
Batch 2022, if you would please, for documentations, a photo op.
Congratulations again to Batch 2020. To speak on behalf of the graduating batch of 2022, we would like to call on Karen Claire Garcia and the recipient of the Frank L. Lynch S.J. Social Sciences Award for her class.
So hello and good evening, everyone. First, I would like to begin by saying thank you. Not only speaking to AP Social, a class of impressive tenacity, seated before me, an enormous privilege and honor, but also the Haitians hybrid format has spared me the stress of freezing mid-conversation on Zoom and the anxiety of asking, sir, can you hear me? Can you see my screen? Am I audible? So tonight marks a momentous occasion, a celebration of years of pursuit, practice, and especially promise. 4 years ago at Bell 209, C. Wright Mills managed to astonish us, disturb us, and disconcert us. Sociological imagination, the promise of sociology, had us on the edge of our seats, exposing that our private troubles were not so private after all, and that their actual origin lies with broader social and historical forces. Tonight also celebrates this, the courage of each sociology student to hold on to this promise, even though this means recognizing inconvenient facts and not always liking what we see in our practice. Admittedly, delivering one of the evening's messages has proven immensely challenging for me. For years, consultations, research methods, and academic literature have been at our disposal, and yet tonight, I speak to you unarmed with only our memory of our block I could use to remember the journey that has been. But perhaps it is exactly this needfulness for a theory or a concept that makes tonight's occasion even more special. The challenge remains. We have yet to come up with a methodology that captures how awesome AB Social's journey has been. And while we are aware that we may end up ultimately unsuccessful in this quest, I hope you would allow me to share my attempt at it. A week ago, I was fortunate enough to be back at Ateneo. Missing what I love doing here the most, I took long solitary walks around the campus. One birdsong later, my walks wandered so easily into the tree canopies. In my Sylvan trip down memory lane, I could not help but see how we are like the branches of the trees forming the canopies against the blue sky. In an article I read by Maria Popova, she remarked on Italian philosopher Monari's the reminder on how trees, like us, take their shape and sculpt their individual character in the act of healing from hurt. Each tree, once it is planted, changes in reaction to the challenges of its environment. Its boughs low to avoid the harsh wind, rises and bends to reach the sunlight, and grows magnificent sideways stems to live through a lightning attack. To say that their AB social journey has been difficult is an understatement. It was arduous at the very least. Heaps of readings and papers, studying one theory after another, embarrassing but fun, reaching experiments, countless 10-minute reports, research projects at the end of every semester. And when we thought we could finally get away with math, meron pala tayong statistics. And I must say, I've had enough of first. Yes, the first batch much of graduating AB social students has a cool ring to it, but the pioneers of K-12, the first to undergo the new college curriculum, and the first to graduate after 2 years of online classes, minsan talaga masasabi mo na lang na may favorite si Lord, pero hindi tayo yun. Nevertheless, we find ourselves rising to the occasion, unwavered by the harsh wind, greeted by sunlight, and surviving a lightning attack. As sociology students, we are molded to adapt. We have tenacity and passion for our goals. We face in contradictions, creating connections amid distance, and chaos amid order when necessary. In other words, sabi nga ni Maurice, small but terrible. But above all, we are here today because despite how unique our tribulations are, we work not in isolation, but in companionship. We embrace our differences and value diversity. Akin to how the branches of a tree sensitize us to the beauty of a uniquely patterned canopy, that no branch is singularly alike. Our time together as a block made us aware of the existence of what Kubowa describes as infinitely many kinds of beautiful lives. The students of AB Social come from their own unique backgrounds and from many different parts of the country, but not one was dismissive of the other. Instead, each was fiercely open, deliberate to engage, and not afraid of the different. We befriend our finitude as individuals and recognize the creative power that comes with diversity. Now we are gathered here tonight to celebrate you, everyone. Your stories of resilience and life persisting against all odds. You embody both intellectual sinew and relentless perseverance, but most crucially, the qualities our nation needs of reminding today: tolerance and hope. The ongoing pandemic has drained much of the nation's hope. After the government's sweeping COVID-19 response caused unemployment to rise, the educational crisis to exacerbate, and the poor disadvantaged to fend for themselves. The country's privatized, urbanized, and commercialized healthcare system continues to crumble, placing at risk the lives of our frontliners. Last June, the namesake son of the longtime Philippine dictator Ferdinand Marcos assumed the presidency. Ironically, famed for his unity campaign, Marcos built a gaping divide between the unity and the campaigns. Marcos's triumph in the recently concluded election likewise unveils the seemingly reduction of the elections to a cockfight, a mere duel between the two political figures. We're also witnessing dissent increasingly criminalized. The government has mastered the art of being Filipinos, desensitizing us to the callousness of normalizing the myth of meritocracy as a solution to social ills, when hard work and resilience must go hand in hand with structural change. These great problems we're facing are exactly why we need the social sciences, sociology and anthropology, even more today. These are problems marked by intolerance, indifference, and blindness. On the other hand, the sentiment of sociology and anthropology is the need for greater empathy and understanding, being able to have an open and honest conversation with those from different ideological backgrounds is key to development. As one expects, relationships are diverse, involving not only racial, cultural, and ethnic considerations, but also issues involving gender, disability, economics, and class. Anthropologists focus on understanding both our shared humanity and diversity and engaging with diverse ways of being in the world, while sociologists do more than observe, but fight to expose social injustice and act to change the world. These disciplines are the sharpest instruments of nuance. They rally difference in a world prone to totalizing ideologies, reminding us that the world is complex and delightfully unpredictable. Beloved friends, as we set out to confront society, my wish for you is to remain hopeful. Hope does not mean denying realities. Hope means facing them and addressing them, despite the fact that not everything will be fine. As historian and activist Rebecca Solnit writes, hope is just the beginning. It is not a substitute for action, only a basis for it. So may you stay different, deviant if you must, keep defying, the different lead sprints. Congratulations to our graduates and thank you and have a wonderful day.
Thank you, Karen. And again, another round of applause and congratulations to the graduates of the AV. Thank you to our dear students, faculty, and staff for allowing me to present this spectacular batch of graduates to you. For the first time in Atke Valley's history, we are delighted to be celebrating this tradition with not only one, but three splendid batches of graduates. Thank you for having me, and Nadia and Francis, please take the floor.
Graduating batches of 2020, 2021, and 2022. And thank you very much to all our valedictorians for your wonderful speeches and congratulations to our graduates. You have genuinely shown that even amidst the uncertainties that is on our way, our aspirations to reach out to our goals will always carry us on. We would also like to recognize the invaluable effort of the graduated batches of 2020, 2021, and graduating batch of 2022, who were the forerunners making what sa lipunang sosyolohiya at anthropolohiya. Genuinely,
And with that, we hope you also took the opportunity to work up an appetite during our series of inspirational and motivational speeches. We'll now begin with tonight's dinner service. Yay. In mind, please keep in mind these reminders while we dine and socialize tonight. First, your tables have a respective number. This will be called in order to line up by the catering table. Second, please do not line up by the catering table if your table number has not yet been called. Third, please maintain an orderly line when at the catering table. Fourth, after all tables have been called, all attendees may return to the catering table for seconds if they want. And fifth, for those with food allergies, you may direct your attention to the food and beverage table over there regarding your allergens.
forager and farmer, interaction and past human behavior.
Hello and good evening, everyone, dear friends, dear colleagues. Let me read the graduate program. Master of Arts in Sociology. Rossellis, Trisha, and Reyes for the Master of Science in Social Development. William Perry V. Cordera for the Master of Arts in Sociology. Justin Nicole V. Torres for the Master of Arts in Anthropology. Artemio P. Milo Jr. for the Master of Arts in Sociology. Mark Remington Tan for Master of Arts in Sociology. And Carl Russell Reyes for the Master of Arts. Now let me point to the MTS staff. I'll just continue. We would also like to recognize the 2021 graduates of Master in Transdisciplinary Development. The cohort has been recognized in their graduation last December 17, 2021. Now, kindly give your attention to the screen. Okay.
To those who were called by Dr. Public and who are here, let us welcome them. Can you please go up here and for a photo?
Which one? Okay. Okay, both.
Once again, a big congratulations to all of the graduates. So the series of awards seems almost limitless tonight, and rightly so because everyone has worked so passionately leading up to where you are now that it must uplift your resume. With that, we would like to take this opportunity to recognize the graduates who have completed their minor degree program under sociology and cultural heritage.
I would like to once again invite Dr. Tanilay to present and recognize those who have completed their minors degree program under the Department of Sociology and Anthropology. Dr. Tanilay, thank you. Yes, sir.
Thank you. I'll just read the names of those who finished the minor programs of the department in various years, in various batches. For the minor, for the specialization in cultural heritage studies, batch 2020, Dolpo Ann Nicole R. Maga Nicola Nardini D. Bill. And for batch 2022, well, Magat Nicola Nardini is batch 2021. For batch 2022, specialization in cultural heritage studies are Alconis R. Eric R. Tobacco of Noel Angas, and Resurrection Lima and Kyla D. For the minor in cultural heritage studies, batch 2020, Cortez Micaela S. R. Mrs. Christine S. and Villanueva Lennon C. For batch 2021, Bontan Yasmin Margarita L. Alice Maria Sophia C. For batch 2022, Valiola Micaela Isabel P. Fernandez Ina Veronica G. Lucia Fadil Gabriel C. Lucia Maria Adriana S. Dam Hazel B. and Ines Luna Mariel M. For the minor in sociology, batch 2020, Gamatero Nicole Francesca, Perfecto Michael Thomas B. Ramos Carmelo Joseph E. Serrano Martina Dominic, and Wong Jomel Jan Anthony B. For batch 2021, Pablo Gerard Emmanuel P. Arnold Isid Victor S. Wairan Relin P. Natalia Christina S. Deluna Maria Alessandra J. Du Jericho Darren. Ramos Hannah Melissa P. Sarmiento Patricia Clarice A. Yak Diego Antonio P. Ichi John Matthew G. Newsom Maria Margarita A. For batch 2022, Bondo Joshua Michael O. Santos Anya Alisa A. Sarah Jose Kaina Carrie Claire M. Got a double major in AB Social Sciences for batch 2020. That's Katimpo Jeremiah Dennis E. Congratulations, everyone.
And we not think for a moment that we have run out of inspiring speeches tonight, because we would now like to welcome and call on stage Dr. Emaporial to give her keynote speech to the graduates present this evening.
Dr. Emaporial is a professor of the Department of Sociology and Anthropology. Dr. Corio, you can now go ahead.
Presented to our graduates who have shown to embody the phenomenal wit and performance in special fields as they pertain to the professors they represent. This final series of awards will be presented and conferred by different faculty of the department.
We will first begin with the Frank L. Lynch S.J. Social Sciences Award. We would like to call on stage Sir Levistek, who will explain the award, and call on stage the awardees who will be conferring, who will be getting the award. Sir.
Francis, thank you, Aja. The DSA Special Awards and Citations is a yearly ritual which celebrates rigor, sophistication, and unparalleled accomplishments in the field of sociology, anthropology, and archaeology. For this year's cohort, we will begin with the Frank L. Lynch S.J. Social Sciences Award. And we will be mentioning the three recipients who have bagged or who have received this award. So for batch 2020, the recipient of the Frank L. Lynch S.J. Social Sciences Award is Frances Catherine Marie D. Catinton, who is also departmental awardee for that particular cohort. Congratulations, Catherine. For batch 2021, the Frank L. Lynch S.J. Social Sciences awardee is Alessandra Denise D. Macasa. And similarly, she also was a judge, the departmental awardee for batch 2021. Finally, the Frank L. Lynch S.J. Social Sciences awardee for this year's graduating cohort is Karen Claire C. Garcia. Incidentally, is also this batch's summa cum laude. Karen has been an excellent sociology student, having consistently received the highest academic honors in her cohort. As this year's recipient of the Frank Lynch S.J. Social Science Award, she has clearly demonstrated interdisciplinary efforts in social science practice and has shown exceptional promise as a social science scholar and professional. So congratulations once again, Karen, Katrine, and Sandy. May we invite the Frank Lynch Award. We have the award for Carroll. We're fourth position. The award is
Yeah.
The next award is what we call the John J. Carroll S.J. Social Sciences Award. This award is given to the student who demonstrated interdisciplinary efforts in social science practice and for showing exceptional promise as a social science scholar and professional. For this year's cohort, the recipient of the John J. Carroll S.J. Social Sciences Award is Noelle Ann S. Tubacu, who is also one of our magna cum laude this year. Apart from being a very good student, Noelle spent her activity hours tutoring public school children as a member of Ateneo Dubai, a student organization that has advanced inclusive quality education. She also actively took part as a student facilitator for our Cultural Encounters program, certainly a teacher at heart. John F. Doherty, S.J., Social Sciences Award for engaging social science as a perspective for social critique and social change, and for showing potential as a social science teacher and researcher. The recipient for this year's cohort is Kyla Maris A. David. Also, so Maris has a solid theoretical grounding, which further shows her impeccable ability to position her work particularly on tahok production and selling within the broader sociological discourse. She intends to pursue a law degree too, which incidentally she passed the Ateneo Law School entrance exam recently. Congratulations, Maris. On behalf of Maris David, may we call on a friend or a batchmate or a blockmate? Yes. Thank you, Pam. Pam and Maris, incidentally, were together when they co-wrote a thesis on tahok production and selling. Congratulations. Yes. The next award for tonight is the Mary Rossellis Social Sciences Award. But before anything else, we would like to call the esteemed professor herself on stage. One of the pillars, foundational figures of Ateneo Sociology and Anthropology. Okay? For showing an active public engagement in cause-oriented groups and for demonstrating notable promise in social science advocacy. We have two awardees. The first one is Angela Mariti and Comienda. Embodies the social scientist who mobilizes theory, data, and analysis for social action. Her engagement with the indigenous Aita youth group in Kaliwa Dam area displayed her strong commitment to good co-knowledge management research in the service of others. In her published writing, The Black Box of Womanhood, Ange has illustrated how gender theories can be integrated into excellent writing about what stereotypes mean in the real world of the family. Congratulations, Ange. The second awardee is none other than Nina Ann Kyla, B. Resurrection. Apart from being a very good researcher, Nina Resurrection has a robust background in environmental advocacy work. She also co-wrote a newspaper opinion piece about Filipino children and COVID-19, a public sociologist in the making given the opportunity. Congratulations on the Thank you, Mayor. Fernando N. Shalsita Excellence in Cultural Heritage Award. For academic excellence in the social sciences, for outstanding documentation of one facet of Filipino cultural heritage as revealed in her or his research work entitled Vegan, no? And for developing sensitivity and involvement in aspects of cultural heritage that need to be protected and managed. Our awardee for this year's cohort is Carl Eli R. Alcaraz. Eli is this cohort's cultural heritage guide. The electives that he took and excelled in and the research work he pursued all point to a formidable cultural heritage resume. His thesis is currently under review by a Scopus Index journal. The Ricardo G. Abad Social Sciences Award for demonstrating multi-layered interests in social science work and for showing much promise as a social science communicator and promoter. This award for this year goes to Joanne Denise Leah and Joanne was the de facto leader of the case study that earned their graduating class the Ascend citation. Joanne shows much promise as a social science communicator and promoter. She has a great smile and can join her audience to look up and listen to her. Congratulations, Joanne. Last but definitely not the least is the Emaporial Excellence in Research Award for an impressive application of sociological and anthropological theories in the understanding of social life. We actually have 3 awardees for this category. Our first awardee is Adriana Kyla Sevilla. Kyla's promise as a scholar is strongly apparent, having been engaged in sociological research on multiple topics. Her study on gaming, gender inequality and resistance, a paper she co-wrote with Gabi Alcantara, is empirically robust, further exemplifying rigor and sophistication in generating new data and insights. Congratulations, Kyla. And congratulations, Gabi. Our second awardee under this category is none other than John Matthew Reyes. Matthew's formidable grasp of theory a quality he never fails to showcase in his work as an aspiring scholar is commendable. His commitment to addressing contemporary issues of discrimination and disadvantage using sociological insight is even more impressive. His work on the public engagement and governance perspectives of the Agta Dumagat Youth, a study he co-wrote with Ange and Tomienda, attests to this commitment. Congratulations, man. Our third awardee under this category, and we've read her exploits a while ago, is also Kyla Maris David, who co-wrote a paper together with Pam Eliazar on taho production and selling. Taho production and selling. Congratulations. That's it for our special awards. Congratulations to everyone.
And once again, congratulations to everyone who won this special citations. Indeed, it is very impressive and nice to see how what is expected of us as sociologists. And would you look at the time? Our event is soon coming to an end. But of course, we cannot go our own ways following this celebration without the words from our very own Dr. Saloma Akpedonu, the current Dean of Social Sciences. Dr. Saloma, the floor is yours.
We hope the world. We hope the world.
Good evening again, once again, everyone. Probably before I do the toast for everyone else, for the batch of graduate 2020, 2021, and 2022, there's a person in the department that we think and we firmly believe that had to be celebrated and given a toast. Because she's also leaving this year. She's also graduating after 40 years of service at the department. So, do we raise a glass? And as I call her, to also come in front, to Miss Bernadette E. Caspa, who doesn't know this.
I will be missing you. Until the year, until December.
But she will be around. December is just the propaganda word. So, Bernie. We will have a proper send up to Bernie. This is just the first one of this thing. Okay, the night has really, I think it has come to a close, and we have a good harvest despite 2 years of the lockdown. But I think that the foundation, the solid foundation for us to work in the world and as we see the world and the need to change, to transform, to do justice, and also listen to those who are toiling the field, those who are making the society that we do have. And then that is probably our mission. And with that, headlong, as we burst into the world of today, the world still in pandemic, but also opening up new spaces and new ways of doing things. We'll toast to that and a toast for graduates 2020, the graduates of 2021, and the graduates of 2022. Congratulations.
Thank you very much, Dr. Kalugay. And before we formally close, let us have a few words from the project co-organizers of this grand dinner, the current KSA president, Ria Maulit, and Juan Onsaco. Let us give them a big round of applause.
Hi everyone. So can I just leave this by saying I did not prepare everything, but I did not prepare anything in advance. So it's just super impromptu. But the first thing I want to say is thank you. Thank you for coming. Thank you for being here today, especially since as Dr. Niday said a while ago, in a pandemic, there's a lot of things that we're worried about, but you made the effort to be here today. And it really, but this is also Casal's first hybrid event, and it's very nice that I first time I've seen some of you guys of the past 3 years, and it's 2 years really. And it's really such an honor to meet you all face to face, that you guys can get together face to face, like the batches here. 4 batches of sociology, can you believe it? All together at once. It's something amazing. But also personally, I really want to thank the people who made this event possible. With the DSA, especially Dr. Joel Panduday, Ma'am Bernie, Sir Leviste, Ma'am Ado. Thank you for giving us guidance. Thank you for helping us. We had difficulties and for making this event possible. And I want to give an extremely big thanks to the senior stand-up committee because none of this would happen, especially like we were doing this online. We only met up when classes began. And I really feel like every one of you, all your effort, no matter how small, no matter how big, ought to be recognized. So thank you, Yuan Reyes, Will de la Vega, Leo Dacanay, Carlo Velasco, Recus Pancoro, Ana Gutierrez, EJ Canales, Ethan Nara, Francis Estrella, Winton Topo, Izzy Hemos, Nico Peña, Paulo Rajano, Nando Palesco, Riamo Ulit, Rashida Levarias, Simone Yanko, Sofia Lagrampa, and Toby Macales. A big applause to you all. And I would want to thank you graduates because we made this event for you guys. And when we started this project, Ria and I, we were planning, we would have 3 goals for this. One, we want you guys to feel that we're grateful to you. Grateful for your guidance, grateful for paving the way for us, especially when we have certain subjects and we need notes or we need advice on like how to do with cavities and stuff. So thank you for your guidance for that. We also wanted you to feel nostalgic. So here back in Ateneo, your time here was cut short, but we hope that tonight managed to maybe not take up all the time, at least some of the time to come together so that you have one last hurrah before your graduation. And there's a third, and that is pride. We want you to feel that we're prideful in all the things that you have achieved so far. You've achieved so much, and you have went through circumstances that nobody could have expected. So much, suffering and so much, yeah, you know. Yeah. So, but you all rose above it. Beyond the citations, honor, beyond the award, it's the fact that you're here today, you're still alive and kicking, and you have your whole life before you. We're proud of yourself, but I hope you guys are proud in yourselves as well, and that you guys deserve a pat in the back. So also for the graduates, let's give them another round of applause. That's all I have for now, and now I'll hand the mic over to my co-project head who has been supporting me, who's given me so much advice, and the CASA president, Ria Maudet.
Good evening. I am Ria Maulit, and I, together with Juan, co-headed this year's Senior Send-Off project. And I'm also the current president of the home organization of DSA students, Kalapunang Sociología at Anthropologia or KSA. I'm unfortunately unable to join everyone on site for this momentous occasion. Over the past few weeks leading up to tonight, this was really something that I have been looking forward to. And I was excited to potentially get to meet and congratulate you guys in person. And know maybe a handful of you guys on a more personal level, especially those who I have only encountered online. But unfortunately and very annoyingly, Miss Rona wanted to pay a little visit and has been very clingy. I'm recovering just fine, but in the name of social responsibility, I'm still isolating. So I can only pretend to truly understand your guys' perspective now post-college. So I won't even try to. As a senior myself, I'll get there in a few anyways. But I guess allow me to reel you guys back into college for a quick second. As someone who is still going through what you guys went through and what you managed to complete ever so strongly. It's probably safe to assume that college was no smooth ride for you. You've had your respective fair share of ups and downs, and in true sociology fashion that pays homage to the varying contexts, nuances, perspectives, and experiences, you've had your own rendition of life as a sociology major, a minor taker, or a master. Your own Taylor's version, if you will. And especially even through unprecedented times, you manage to see the silver lining, adapt, and still make the most out of this journey. And I hope that we were able to somehow, some way, celebrate that tonight. Congratulations, batches 2020, 2021, 2000, and 2022. We are very proud of you, to say the least, and we wish you all the best in your future endeavors. I would also like to take this opportunity to express my heartfelt gratitude to everyone who made this event possible and to highlight a couple of milestones. Thank you to the faculty and staff, especially our esteemed speakers, for gracing us tonight with your presence and wisdom. Especially to the professors who have been catalysts and pivotal in shaping our awardees and graduates into the well-equipped individuals that they are today. Congratulations as well. To our home department, the Department of Sociology and Anthropology, thank you so much for entrusting us in this collaborative endeavor and allowing us to take part in this event. We hope that this is only the beginning of many collaborations to come. We wouldn't be anywhere that we are today without your support and belief in our causes. Finally, to my dearest senior send-off working committee, thank you, thank you, thank you. Whether or not this experience exceeded your expectations coming into this project, I am nonetheless immensely grateful and I'm in awe of your passion and dedication. This event would have not been possible without your guys' blood, sweat, and tears. AJ, Almea, Aru, Angge, Anna, Bea, Carlo, EJ, Ethan, Francis, Jelly, Gwen, Izzy, Nagramba, Nico, Pao, Randall, Ren, Roshi, Sim, Kubi, Will, and Yuan, thank you for showing up with nothing less than your best. You guys are inspirational, and Juan and I could literally have not asked for a better team. I look forward to working with you guys even more closely in the future. And Juan, my partner in crime, thank you for your passion in this event and for kickstarting, hopefully, a tradition that we can take part in as SESA. I would like to end my speech with a special message specifically addressed to the graduating class of 2022, specifically those who were involved in kickstarting our beloved organization, KSA. Your dream that you actively turned into reality is the very reason why we have a community that we built to be our home to this day. I don't know if this is how you guys feel or maybe continue to feel about KSA, but my blockmates and I always refer to the organization as our child. And malaki na yung anak natin. The organization is in very good hands, blossoming under a new generation of passionate and inspiring leaders. And might I add, we are under preparation for accreditation. And we are ever so proactively making our beloved field prominent in the LS community and beyond. So thank you for paving the way. Our constituents might have their very own reasons and sentiments, hows and whys as to why they are in this organization. But thank you for setting the foundation that caters to all so that we may have what we call a community. Nung bago pa lang ako sa sociology, I vividly remember telling my blockmates, most likely upon dreading having to read pages upon pages of readings, hey, when I graduate, I'm gonna be the first sociologist ever to publish something that is so succinctly written. I later on began to realize that that's quite impossible. I don't know if that's just me being talkative, opinionated na akong opinionated, pero madami naman talaga tayong masasabi with anything, just about anything and everything. But I guess I'll practice brevity here tonight. Congratulations again, batches 2020, 2021, and 2022. You are our pride. Here's to challenging normative perceptions and making the world a more meaningful and inclusive place. Congratulations, everyone, and good evening. Ave at Kevale.
Hello. Hello. Okay. Thank you so much, Rhea and Juan. Genuinely, your hard work and dedication, along with the faculty and staff of the Department of Sociology and Anthropology, as well as our volunteer committee members here tonight, have truly made this event one to remember.
And with that, once again, thank you to everyone and to our graduating attendees for coming to Ave Arte Vale. We hope we honored you and all your achievements tonight. But before we all leave, may I please request for a few minutes for our photo taking segment. Yay! Now I'd like to call on all the batches, faculty, staff, and committees to please be ready for a series of photo ops. And for our attendees online, please be ready. Please turn on your cameras as our documentations team will take a picture if you wish to do so. And for those of us who are here, we would like to call on first the graduates of 2020 and please go up here to the stage. Floor. Congratulations to you guys again. Now I would like to call on the graduates of 2021. Next up is the graduating class of 2022.